Hey guys, this is Dave.
This is Mike.
And we're the Game & Watch Bros. Hey guys.
Welcome back, y'all.
Thanks for joining us on another adventure with Deacon St. John on Days Gone Wild. Just kidding, just Days Gone. Could you imagine how weird this game would be?
No, you're gonna get yourself killed. You gotta wait till you're whole, brother.
Zombies liquored up and flashing cameras and
I'm
things.
over here anyway, so I'll take care of the next.
For those of you who are older than 18 right now, because I doubt even 18-year-olds would get the reference.
No, because he's been in jail for, I'm sure, almost 18 years.
Right. Is he really?
He's in jail, oh yeah.
Anyways, there used to be a producer video series. I don't know what to call it.
Did you say you were
late night TV used to sell or used to have ads for it, but it was called Girls Gone Wild, and it was a bunch of
third-degree
drunk girls doing inappropriate things.
Not all of them were the age they claimed to be.
Right.
Which is why he's in prison now.
And if you ask me, good riddance. Because I'm sorry if a girl is drunk and you're convincing her to do inappropriate things, that is not consent, my friends. Sober equals consent, drunk does not. Alright? And that axe swings both ways. Okay? Sober equals consent.
Yeah, I do need some. Deacon out.
Even though the popular media would have you say that you can't rape the willing. It doesn't work that way. No means no, people. Don't rape people.
I don't think media believes that. I do believe that the media believes that men cannot be raped. But, you know, that's neither here nor there.
Right. Don't rape people. Just know.
So, here is our second nest area we're coming upon. Why don't we, I know we've been following this story,
you gotta leave the bike out here,
but why don't we clear out this nest?
It'll pull all of them down.
What do you think, Mike?
Yeah. No, that sounds Gucci, fam. As they say.
Wow, let's not twist your arm. For any of you that don't remember, Dave is playing today. Because Mike died.
Okay, I'm sure they will die right here.
Right, I was like, that was scary. But, yeah, so, soon as I get away from these freakers and I can get a little bit better surrounding, I'm going to go ahead and start burning these nests, clear out this area. A little bit of freakers. From our previous video, we had... What did we do in the previous video?
We talked about scalpers.
Oh, that's right. We talked about scalpers and...
No, we, you know...
GameStop. Terrible, terrible customer service with GameStop. But we also cleared out a camp of other people who shot first.
Right.
They are the Hans of Days Gone. Han Solo. For those of you who do not understand the reference.
It's a Star Wars thing.
Definitely a Star Wars thing. Anyways. So yeah, I apparently cannot shake these freakers for the life of me.
Just keep running.
Well, you know, I'm trying to thin the herd. Maybe I can kill them all off. Hopefully I can run into something here. Not more freakers. Because like I said in the last episode, I can't wait until we run into the huge hordes because I just want to see it. But
Butt bomb.
Boom. That's one way to thin the herd. How did he not die?
Tactical roll. He's about to. Oh, all held up.
Yeah,
and
just stand there and be attacked.
Shiv him.
Anyways. I'm gonna get better at this whole combat.
Right, I'm sure.
Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, we cleared out the camp of refugees that shot first. Today, hopefully, I can kill off these freakers here. I've only got one more, so I should be good. There we go. Now let's go take care of those nests.
That only took a lot of first aid.
No joke. No joke. But thus far, I have to say the first aids are actually kind of plenty. You know, good and plenty. But
Cricket.
Right.
So, let's see. What shall we talk about today as a topic?
We can talk about my new frogs.
Sounds good.
I got froggies.
Little hoppy hops.
What'd you say?
Little hoppy hops.
Little hoppy hops. Yeah, that's right. I've got 2 frogs. So it all started with my father. Here in Texas owns a little bit of property, and they have a swimming pool on this property. And he was cleaning up the swimming pool to get it ready for summer, for, you know, the family to use. And he found a ton of tadpoles. And when I say a ton, he had caught about 15 tadpoles and put them in a jar and brought them to me because he thought it would be cool for the boys to, my kids, my children, to see them change from tadpoles to frogs.
Witness metamorphosis.
Right, exactly. And, but he had told me he had released like 3 or 4 handfuls of tadpoles into their little pond in their backyard. So, he found a ton of them.
Right.
But, anyways, so he brought over a jar of tadpoles, and I was like, oh, this is cool. We can watch them turn into frogs, and then take them back to my parents' property, and, you know, set them free.
Yes, again.
But I, for whatever reason, forgot that my wife is an animal lover. And when I say an animal lover, when she saw them, she fell in love with them. Okay? So, of course, she did some research and found out that frogs need more than a little jar full of water. In fact, the types of frogs that live on my parents' property are not fully aquatic frogs, meaning, as tadpoles, they do need water, but as frogs, they need more land than they need water. That they can literally drown in the water.
Right.
So we had obtained a tank and got some gravel. And not really gravel, it's the little fish pebbles.
Little blue rocks.
Right, little blue and green rocks, and you know, the kind you put in the bottom of a fish tank. And we kind of built a makeshift pond, beach area, if you will. And the pond was for the tadpoles, and the beach area was for once those tadpoles became frogs, they could crawl out of the water so they wouldn't drown. Well, one tadpole turned into a frog, and we fell in love with it. 2 tadpoles turned into a frog, and we fell in love with it. 3 tadpoles turned into a frog, and we fell in love with it.
Now to clarify, he's not saying 3 tadpoles turned into 1 frog. He's saying the 3 tadpoles turned into 3 separate frogs.
Right, thank you for clarifying that, because, you know, people actually thought that 3 tadpoles pulled a Stranger Things and became one big creature.
Diglett, Doug Trio. That's all I gotta say.
Anyways, 3rd frog comes around, we fall in love with it. And I decided that before any more frogs came around that we could fall in love with, maybe it was time to send the tadpoles back to my parents' pond so they can metamorphose on their own, and we don't have to take care of any more frogs.
On their free range froggies.
So we captured all the tadpoles, put them back in the jar, gave them back to my father, who that night, for any animal lovers out there was no cruelty. They didn't sit in a jar forever. He took them immediately and put them back into the pond so they can finish their metamorphosis. And then there was land for them to crawl up onto to become frogs. No froggings. No froggies were hurt in the development of this video.
Right. Well, I'm sure somewhere it was, but not by us, or because we left some in a jar.
So, 3 frogs grew up into little baby froglets, and suddenly we were buying things for our froglets, such as non-flying fruit flies. Yeah, I didn't know those existed either. But apparently, there is a type of fruit fly that does not fly.
So it's a fruit walk?
Exactly, it's a fruit walk. And then, you know, obtained some things for them to crawl on, and after hours upon hours upon hours of research, we now have froglets that are happy and healthy and that eat tree frogs. Hey, we just cleared out the nest.
They don't eat tree frogs.
Yeah, I'm sorry. They don't eat tree frogs. They eat fruit flies, but they are tree frogs.
Right.
We believe that, and the reason I say we believe that they are gray tree frogs is because they're still way tiny. One of these videos I'll show you.
Probably not even the size of a dime.
Right. I'll show you some photos or video footage of my froglets. But yeah, they're super tiny, super cute, super good at hiding, and have huge appetites. No sneaking up on this guy, but he's not going to counter me.
So, you know, I was talking about the Diglett thing. It kind of brought to my mind. You know how Slowbro evolves by having a cloister bite onto its tail? Right. What happens if you take that cloister off of the Slowbro's tail? Do they re-de-evolve from a Slowbro to a Slowpoke?
So, from what I understand from Pokemon, if you were to remove said cloister from said Slowpoke's tail, you would be removing said Slowpoke's tail. Because apparently once it evolves into Slowbro, it fuses. That's what I believe and understand. But
didn't they cut off a bunch of Slowpoke's tails and then like they find out apparently it grows back after a short amount of time?
You know, I'm not quite sure.
Maybe that's just game lore.
I don't know. But with that being said, we are encroaching about 15 minutes here. So we'll play a little bit further. I just cleared out this camp. I'm not quite sure if we want to take on any new adventures. Maybe we'll completely clear out all the freakers from this area.
Yep.
And then probably call it quits tonight. What do you think, Mike?
Sounds good to me, yeah.
Cool. So we're just gonna walk around, killing some freakers. I'm gonna try to do it as stealthily as possible. And in case y'all haven't noticed, I'm using my knife because the melee weapons take damage.
With the exception of the knife.
Right. The knife is the only one that doesn't take damage. Alright, well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and investigate this truck and then call it.
Alrighty, guys. It's been fun hanging out, and y'all have a good one.
Yeah, thanks for listening to our little frog tale. And we'll catch you next time on the Game & Watch Bros.
Bye, y'all.
Thanks for hanging with the Game & Watch Bros. And if you like what you saw, hit like, subscribe, that little bell, and if you have a comment, leave it below.